So after a full year with the iPhone 15 Pro, would I buy it again? With the iPhone 16 Pro, a lot of people are wondering, should you keep your iPhone 15 Pro, upgrade, or even wait for the iPhone 17? After using this phone every single day for over a year, I have the answer. Today we're doing a deep dive into the iPhone 15 Pro in black titanium, specifically the 128GB model. Over the last year, I have tested everything, how the titanium frame has aged, what battery life is like now, how the A17 Pro chip performs over time, and if the camera is still competitive against the latest flagships. And most importantly, now that the iPhone 16 Pro is out, should you upgrade or even wait for the iPhone 17 Pro? One of the biggest changes with the iPhone 15 Pro was its switch to titanium, making it noticeably lighter than the stainless steel models before it. And after a year, I have to say this was one of the best decisions Apple has ever made. It's comfortable to hold and the weight reduction actually makes a difference in everyday use. Now let's talk about durability. I've never used a screen protector, not at once. And while I did use Apple's fine woven case for over a while, I've been using my iPhone completely case-free for the past 3 months. And guess what? Still no scratches, not on the display and not on the titanium frame. So if you've been worried about titanium being fragile, don't be. It actually holds up really well. Another big change was the action button replacing the mute switch. Now to be honest, I've mostly used it as a mute switch, but the ability to customize it for different functions like opening the camera, the flashlight, and many other things has been a great addition. Overall, the design of the iPhone 15 Pro has aged perfectly. Compared to the iPhone 16 Pro, there aren't many differences, so if you're happy with how this phone looks and feels, there is no real reason to upgrade based on design alone. The 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display with ProMotion is still one of the best smartphone screens on the market. It's sharp, vibrant, and super smooth thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate. And even a year later, it holds up perfectly. I've never had any issues viewing content outdoors thanks to the 2000 nits peak brightness. Now let's talk about performance. The A17 Pro chip was Apple's first 3nm processor, and even today, it's still one of the fastest smartphones available. Now I don't do intensive gaming, but for web browsing, photos, videos, and everyday apps, it's just as fast as day one. The phone never feels slow and apps open instantly. The only area where I push the iPhone to its limits is the camera. There were some early overheating issues, but I've only noticed that in certain websites or apps. And when that happens, I just exit the site or close the app and the phone cools down quickly. Now compared to the iPhone 16 Pro, the A18 Pro chip is technically faster, but in the real world use, you really don't notice a difference at all. If you're upgrading purely for performance, trust me, you will be disappointed because the iPhone 15 Pro is still insanely fast. Now I don't take a ton of photos, maybe 2 or 3 per week, but when I do, the iPhone 15 Pro's camera still delivers. The 48 megapixel main sensor shoots incredibly detailed photos, and the default 24 megapixel mode is a great balance between quality and file size. In daylight, the photos have great colors and sharpness. In low light, night mode still does a fantastic job of keeping details and reducing noise. The 3x telephoto lens is solid, but this is where the iPhone 16 Pro has an advantage. The newer model has a 5x periscope zoom, which is noticeably better for long-range shots. It also features a dedicated camera control button, a new hardware addition that lets you quickly snap photos or start video recording, which is something the iPhone 15 Pro does not have. If you're someone who captures content often and wants even quicker access than the action button allows, this might be a feature you'd appreciate. But for someone like me who doesn't zoom in much, the camera system on the iPhone 15 Pro is still one of the best on the market. Battery life has actually been pretty solid. My battery health is at 88%, but even with that, I can still get through a full day. I charge my phone to 100% in the morning, and by the time I go to bed, I usually have around 30% left. That's with normal use, web browsing, watching videos, taking occasional photos and videos, and using some apps. And the switch to USB-C has been a game changer. Not only does it allow faster data transfer, but now I can use the same charger for all my Apple devices. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a slightly bigger battery, but in real world use the difference is very small. So if you're happy with your iPhone 15 Pro's battery, you won't see a massive improvement by upgrading. So with the iPhone 16 Pro out, should you keep your iPhone 15 Pro, upgrade, or even wait for the iPhone 17? For me, the answer is very clear. I'm keeping my iPhone 15 Pro and waiting for the 17 Pro. The iPhone 16 Pro is 95% the same phone as the 15 Pro, unless you absolutely need the 5x zoom and the new camera control button where you can take photos and videos instantly. It's not a game-changing upgrade. But with the iPhone 17 Pro is rumored to have a new design, better battery life, and AI-powered features. That's the real upgrade to wait for. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments what iPhone you're using, and are you planning on upgrading or waiting for the iPhone 17 Pro? Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.